The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida, joined as always by my beautiful co-host, Michaela Nichols. Michaela, how are you?
I'm great.
We're in our house right now, by the way. We're in our house right now because today we're talking all things local. And we think local, I think business, yes, but I also think family.
Yes.
And speaking of family, my 7-year-old, second grader, or is it 5th grade? What grade? You got to say it. My second grader, Mila, is here as well because, like a lot of you business owners, I run my business for her. That's what it's all about. It's all about family. It's all about local businesses. And that's really, Michaela, why we do this show. Why we've done this show for 3 years, more than 3 years now together, is about supporting the local businesses in Central Florida. I love it. We've met so many amazing businesses, amazing families.
Yes.
What's been some of your favorite parts?
Oh my gosh, so many things. We've met so many incredible people that are just so passionate about what they do and just so many fun adventures.
Totally. Love doing the adventure with you. Love meeting all of the business owners out there. And Mila, of course.
Mila.
You were on TV this week, weren't you? She was the shining knight at Heathrow Elementary. Were you not? And
She's kind of famous.
She's kind of famous already, too. Here's what we're going to do, a very quick break from our house. We're going to go out on the road as Best of Central Florida. Continue. People ask me all the time if I feel guilty for filing bankruptcy for people. No, I do not. I feel guilty not filing bankruptcy for hardworking families who are struggling every month to put food on the table. Call me now. You have power.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to our home. We are joined by an amazing friend. Literally, I call the Christmas fairy. I'm so excited to have you here. Red's Holiday Decor, joined by Lori. Lori, thank you for coming into our home, and I'm so excited to talk about all things Christmas because, in my opinion, I think it should be Christmas all year round.
I agree. I love Christmas. It is my favorite time of year, which is why I started my business.
Yes.
Because basically I want everyone to feel the magic of the holiday season. When they walk into the room, it's like, wow, it's Christmas.
And one of the things I absolutely love about working with you is you really kind of take the stress out, because there's like Christmas where it's like, oh my gosh, like I know exactly what I want, I know exactly what to get. And then there's moments where it's like, okay, like Lori, maybe I have a lot of blues going on, but I want to change it up. I mean, you really take the stress out. How does the process work when someone calls you to work with you?
Basically, they talk to me about their color scheme, what they want the idea to look like, and we sit down and we go over everything piece by piece. If they pick a certain color, I'll give them ideas of what to add to bring it out, to make it more beautiful and more fashion-like for that whole scene, so that way they get that beautiful, beautiful scene in their home.
And one of the things I love when you first walk into a home and it's just like you see the tree. I mean, I want to have my tree up all year round.
You would. You've come close.
I sometimes have multiple trees, and I think that's okay because it's
No, not sometimes. You always have multiple trees.
Well,
and you leave them up longer and longer every year, let's be honest.
And I think that's okay because especially if you're going to make the investment of a tree, and especially like a nice tree, talk to me about that because it's cheap. Trees aren't cheap. And
No.
one of the things that people think, it's like, oh, I got the tree, and now it's like, you got to get all the other stuff, right?
Yes. Trees, I mean, for the most part, you can buy a really expensive tree if you want, or you can focus on the decor because that's where it comes to life. I can take a tree that's not really expensive and make it look just like a really expensive one. It just depends on how you decorate it.
I've got a couple questions, and
Sure.
And I hope I didn't interrupt, but so this year, and sometimes, people have been doing the same thing every year, but maybe they're having a special upcoming holiday season and having a bunch of family over. And we know we're hosting the family parties at our house this coming year. Maybe it's better when you're having a bunch of people over to host a bunch of people to really jazz it up a little bit, and you can do just that.
Absolutely. So that's another thing that I do. Let's say you have a Christmas tree and you already have the decor and you really don't want to spend a lot. We can just add to it, add extra ribbon, create a beautiful topper that changes the whole look of that tree, and it makes it look even more festive for a holiday season, for a party like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, and speaking of, I mean, what should I call you? Because for me, Christmas starts literally like before Thanksgiving, but when is kind of the moment where it's like, okay, Lori, I need help now. When should I call you?
As early as possible. I start bookings actually in July.
Really?
Yes, because that's when Christmas in July starts. We start advertising, and if you notice in the stores, they're coming out earlier and earlier. This year, I think they started in August. The stores were already full of Christmas things.
So let me ask you a little. I have a law firm as well, aside from the TV gigs, and the law firm, we try to dress up the firm to look good for the Christmas time season. But when we do that, it's like we have all of the storage of the rest of the year, and that's not really that fun either. Do you handle corporate stuff also?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great.
Yes, I do. I'll come in, same thing. We'll talk about your color scheme, what you're looking for. I can create tabletops, things for your centerpieces, things like that for the area and the reception area. We decorate all of that.
I think the staff loves that. I really do. And the clients as well, but I think the staff, it's holiday season for them as well, and they come to work, you want them to feel the holiday spirit also.
Absolutely. How rewarding is your job? Because I mean, I talk about Christmas and I just light up. It really is like you have the coolest job ever because you get to bring magic and smiles into people's homes.
It's the best because I love Christmas. So for me, it's like bringing that magic and joy into homes and businesses. It just makes my year. Watching people come in and go, wow, look at that tree or look at that tabletop. It's beautiful for me, and it makes me feel really warm and happy inside. I feel people have that happiness too.
Absolutely. I mean, Christmas is something that you can really just get excited about. It's time with the family, the friends, and just changing up the space. I think when you get to walk home and come through your front door and after a long day at work and you just get to see Christmas, it just really gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling.
I actually love Christmas as well. I make fun of you because you are like, oh, you're a little crazy about it at times, but it is a wonderful time of the year, and it's really kind of depressing around January 5th when you have to bring it all down. It is amazing, and to have, this is the first time we talked Christmas on the show this year, Lori, to do it with you is really fantastic. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys having me. Like I said, Christmas to me is the best time of year. It brings people together. It makes people love and feel that warmth, and it's all about having family and friends during the holidays.
Lori, Christmas Fairy, Red's Holiday Decor. She's absolutely awesome. If you want to jazz up a little Christmas spirit, give Lori a call today. We'll be right back after this short break.
If you have young children, you need to come down here to Baldwin Park and check out Montessori Kids Universe. This place is unbelievably outstanding. I'm a Montessori baby. So is the owner here and his mother. Also Montessori. You sent him to Montessori school as well. Why did you do that?
Absolutely. I went to a Montessori environment, and when I walked in, the classrooms were just so beautiful. They were buzzing with meaningful activity. Each child was engaged in an independent piece of work. And I thought that was amazing that all these children are just learning at their own pace and meaningful work.
Yeah. What ages are we serving here?
We serve everybody that is 6 weeks old to 6 years old.
I love it. Yeah. And it's a beautiful place. The location's awesome. Outdoor activities, literally gardening and everything, but also open enrollment. So you don't have to just enroll in August.
Correct.
That's right. Yeah, we're open year round, and we accept enrollments throughout the year. Yeah.
That's amazing. And the rooms, like I said, are really big, but it's the way you learn
I love how learning
is
at your
totally
own
different.
pace.
And what are some of the other differences between a regular preschool and Montessori?
Montessori really, like I said, is focused on the child. It's an environment that teaches children to work together and solve conflicts. So if children have issues, all children, all groups of people have. So we try to have peaceful conflict resolution among the children. We teach them social skills. We teach them independent work. We teach them self-directed, self-guided work. We teach them how to be in a group as well as be an individual. I can go on.
It's amazing.
So many
it's really great. And what they're doing here at Montessori Kids Universe is amazing. Come check it out today.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Hey Central Florida, I have a surprise for you. I am standing in Bay Hill Jewelers here in Winter Park, joined by a very longtime friend. I won't age either one of us, Stacey, but
don't do it.
I've known you forever, but literally you have 2 amazing locations, one in Winter Park, one in Windermere, and you have something crazy going on. Tell me a little bit about what's happening here at Bay Hill.
We do. So we always change our concept. We always try to stay ahead of the trend and make sure that we're bringing Central Florida the newest, the greatest, the best. And so we decided our new move would be kind of a long-time dream of mine is to have a design studio. You've heard me say it a lot of times. So 65% of what leaves our company is custom design. And we realize that we have so much inventory, so much merchandise, we don't really need as much as we have. And so the dream is to build a designer showroom. We've been by appointment only for quite some time now, and that allows the experience to happen, which is really important to us in our company. We don't want you to feel clerked. We don't want you to feel like you're walking in and people are kind of attacking you. We want you to be a guest in our studio. So the new studio is going to open in 2026.
So exciting.
In Dr. Phillips, and it's going to have design stations where people can come in and share with us their dream jewelry, their legacy pieces. We have estates when people pass away. We're so honored that we are the people that are chosen to help sort the estate, to design the estate, to help figure out who wants what pieces and what they're valued, and maybe even sell them for the clients. So that should be private. That should be special. And so to have these design studios and this kind of exclusive showroom in Central Florida will be a first of its kind.
Wow, I can't wait, can't wait. I know it's been a dream for so long, and watching it come to fruition is truly amazing. She is so innovative, and just the personality and the experience that people have when they come to Bay Hill is one of a kind. And I think that's something that really resonates. But definitely do yourself a favor and come hang out and come check out Bay Hill Jewelers before things get a little wild.
I know.
It's gonna be amazing.
It starts, we're gonna start the liquidation here at this store in Winter Park on November 13th, 14th, 15th. That weekend, and so that'll be open to the public, and then we'll launch the other store the weekend after.
Y'all literally have to come and check this out. I mean, the pieces in here are just so exquisite. They're beautiful, and they're going to be at a great deal, I'm thinking,
it's
because
like a
it is
to the community for supporting
You're
us
giving
for so
back
many
to
years.
Central Florida, truly, and then on to the next beautiful thing to really just give people the Bay Hill jeweler experience. Well, Stacey, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Central Florida, come check it out. You heard her. It's going to be happening here in November. Look no further than Bay Hill Jewelers for all your jewelry needs. Hey Central Florida, if you are looking for something fun, something artsy, something different to do, look no further than Abstract Orlando. We're here, we're hanging out. We love to pour some paint, joined by owner Aliana. Aliana, what is Abstract Orlando and what are we doing here?
Abstract Orlando is a studio where you come and you create a fluid art piece of your choice, and you get to pick from over 30 different projects. You get to choose your project, your colors, and then you get to take it home a few days later. It's gonna get coated with resin, and you're gonna love displaying in your house. It's so much fun and different.
A beautiful piece. And honestly, if you're like a first-time person who's like, maybe I'm not the greatest at art, this is the perfect place for you, because you truly cannot mess up, and you have a beautiful piece to come, take home, display on your art, or use it as a charcuterie board like I have done. Everything behind us is a beautiful piece. You're okay too. But speaking of fun things, this is a perfect place to have activities, outings, first dates. You've seen it all. Birthdays. Yeah, we celebrated my mother's birthday here. If you're looking for something fun to do in the Orlando area, to come pour some paint, get awesome. I mean, you have Labubu's, there's like surfboards. It's always changing depending on the season, and you're really just there to like make people smile and have a great time. So get out of the theme parks, come inside, come to Abstract Orlando today. You will have so much fun.
Here we are in Maitland at Stokes Counseling and Consulting. Very happy to be joined by our good friends, Dr. Jeremiah Stokes, Jessica Richardson. Welcome to the show, guys, first of all. I think that we're doing full service mental health counseling and consulting here. No matter who you are, I think you can benefit from coming to see the team here. How did you set up such a full service practice?
You know, I was really dedicated to finding the most comprehensive, talented clinicians that I could. And so over the course of 2 to 3 years, I really spent a lot of time focusing on acquiring practitioners who specialize in certain issues and certain modalities, as well as focusing on bringing in clinicians who could see the entire family system, people who could focus on kids, people who could focus on couples, and then people who could focus on families.
Yeah, and you have your own specialties as well.
I do, yes. I am an accelerated resolution therapist, meaning that I treat trauma and different types of post-traumatic stress using eye movements and re-scripting of those memories.
Amazing.
I think mental health is so huge. I mean, someone may be watching at home, you're like, should I go to therapy? When do I know it's time to go to therapy and come see you?
I think if you're just feeling any level of distress that you can't cope with individually, that's the whole point of therapy, is that you're engaging in with a trained professional in a relationship, and that relationship is designed to facilitate, to help you as the patient gain more introspection and then create coping skills to manage whatever's challenging you in your life.
Absolutely. Keep up the great work, guys. And no matter who you are, I assure you, you can benefit from coming to see the team here in Maitland at Stokes Counseling and Consulting.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to the show. As you can see, we are here in my home. Again, missing Justin, but that's okay because I am joined by an incredible woman to my right, Megan. She is the founder of The Wellness Effect. Megan, thank you for coming into my home. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Wellness Effect. Wellness is obviously such a broad scheme, but what exactly do you do at Wellness Effect?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So, I like to take a blended approach to getting people better. So we look at everything through a functional medicine lens, but we also use traditional medicine when appropriate. So it doesn't really matter what their symptoms are that they come with. It's more about putting a lens on the why they're having the symptoms and kind of going from there to get to that root cause, whether it's thyroid, weight gain, autoimmune, hormone imbalance. It all comes from the same place.
And I think that's so relevant because, you know, most times you go to the doctor and they're not necessarily looking for that root cause. But with you, it's like, okay, you're having these symptoms, but why? Why do we need to look at the root cause in addition to everything else?
Looking at the root cause will tell us what actually needs to be treated. So traditional medicine, we really are taught to focus on symptom management.
Yeah.
So diagnosing and treating with pharmacology. A lot of people do worse on these medications, or they just don't get better at all, even if not worse, or they can't heal. No. So you have to go into looking at why are you having high blood pressure? Are you put on a blood pressure medication because you have a volume issue? But what if you don't? What if your genetics, it's because of nitric oxide problems? Yeah. And we're not treating the problem. Why does autoimmune exist? Because everything in our environment and our stress levels and our genetics is made to inflame us, and we don't understand that that's happening. So we just keep compounding these chronic medical issues and controlling symptoms.
Yeah, and I mean, we're pumping ourselves full of all these medicines, not knowing the long-term side effects, not knowing if it's gonna make us better, and just kind of putting a Band-Aid on it. But you really take that extra step to figure out what's going on, why, and more importantly, you can come to my home. So I don't have to literally like leave, because nothing's worse than going to a hospital or a doctor's office. It sucks. I don't want to go.
Nobody has time for that.
No one has time for that. And it's not comfortable. I mean, we're literally here in my home talking about wellness, and you come to me and I don't really have to do much other than talk to you and say, hey, Megan, this is what's going on. I mean, what is that experience like for your clients?
So, you know, I have clients who I do go see in their home. I do that more for procedural type of visits. However, it's so nice because if they need to check in with me for their hormone monitoring, they can pop out to their car on their lunch break and eat their sandwich, and, you know, I'll join them and eat a snack so they don't feel bad, you know, eating on the visit. But it's something where they can fit it into the hectic schedule that we're all expected to keep nowadays. So we don't have 2 hours to do a 30-minute visit. No. Not to mention, most doctors' offices will have you wait 2 hours past your time anyways.
Absolutely. So. It's like, why am I sitting here? It's not efficient. It's not effective.
Not efficient.
No, but talk to me about finance. So obviously, you know, some places cover insurance. You don't. Why is that?
That's correct. So anyone who goes from a root cause approach, we're looking more at more in-depth testing that's not covered by insurance in the first place. Yeah. And we are looking at more holistic detoxifying, not a celery juice cleanse, but a true detoxification of your cells, of your body, of parasites, of toxins, right? We're doing genetic testing. We're doing all these different things, and insurance doesn't care. No. Insurance exists and focuses on diagnosis codes. So we as medical providers, if we do use insurance, we have to have the right diagnosis code, and then the insurance has to give us permission on how we can treat our own patient.
Isn't that crazy? It makes no sense because it's like we're just trying to help the person, and then there's so many hoops and loops and all these things when you're just trying to help a patient, especially figure out what's going on with them. Who is your perfect patient?
So my perfect patient is someone who is ready to step up for themselves.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I hear the same thing repeated over and over when people come to me. Let's take hormones, for instance. I went to my primary care, they did my labs, they said I'm fine. They sent me to my GYN. My GYN looked at my labs, especially with perimenopause, and said, oh, you're fine. But they're not fine. Yeah. They're symptomatic. They're not getting any help. Nobody's listening. So they're finding that the quality, for example, every visit I do is at least an hour of time blocked for that patient. Wow. More if it's functional medicine. So they find that in that 15 minutes where they can only talk about 1 to 2 complaints and then have to schedule another visit for it, they're not getting answers. So I need people who understand that the insurance system, the sick care system, the traditional system, not only does it not help heal the problem, but they don't have the time to actually look at what's going on, and they will dismiss them. So if they're ready and they say, I'm going to invest in myself, mentally, emotionally, I'm going to invest in myself financially, and they understand that and they're open-minded and they want to know the truth about their body, then this is life-changing.
Absolutely. What made you choose this line of work?
Well, I actually went into being a nurse practitioner because I have an aesthetics background, so I wanted to be an injector. So I am a master level injector. However, I came across a reel of a very well-known biohacker, and a couple years ago sparked my interest. I obsessively went down the rabbit hole and suddenly fell in love with medicine, in the sense that I finally understood why people are sick and how to actually help them. I never wanted to do actual medicine outside of the beauty industry because I couldn't help them. Wow. They were never getting better, they were just getting worse.
Absolutely. Well, Megan, you truly are doing amazing work over at the Wellness Effect. If you have any questions, want to talk to Megan, maybe she can answer them. You know, I know she knows all of her stuff, but truly, if you want to invest in yourself, look no further than the Wellness Effect. Wanted to thank our team over at WKMG CBS. Thank you to Brent. Glad you guys could hang out with us in our home. We'll see you next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.